Hey everyone, it's James from FunFoods, and today I'm going to show you how to make this Mountain Dew rock candy. Now, this is a lot of fun to make. It does take a little bit of time, but it's well worth it. So keep watching and I'll show you step by step how to make this. Now, the first thing we need to do to make this is prepare our wooden sticks or wooden skewers. And to do that, the first thing I have here is some distilled water. I've tried this recipe before and I didn't use distilled water and it didn't work out. And after reading up on it, someone said that distilled water doesn't have the impurities that other water, tap water might have. So we're gonna try it this way because I'm not leaving anything to chance. So just take one of your wooden skewers and I'm gonna use not the pointy end, but the other end. I don't think it makes a difference. I'm just gonna stick it in here, get it nice and wet. And I'm gonna lay out a little bit of sugar. This is just white sugar. And I'm gonna take our wet skewer and roll it in the sugar. This is gonna get us started with the crystallization. But we have to let this dry completely before we move on to the next step. So that's why we're doing it first. So do this, set that aside, because we need to let that dry completely. Just do that with all of your skewers. There we go. Now on the stove in a small to medium pot, I'm gonna put in here 2 cups of the distilled water. And we're gonna start heating this up. Put it on medium heat. Now we're going to slowly add in 4 cups of sugar, just white sugar, but we're going to add it in about a half a cup at a time and stir it in and wait for it to dissolve completely before we add in the rest. Alright, so I just stirred in my last cup of sugar, and now what I'm going to do is, now that the water is nice and clear, I'm going to turn off my heat and I'm going to let it sit here for about 15 to 20 minutes. So while we're waiting for our solution to cool down a bit, we're going to prepare our containers that these are going to stay in for the next 2 weeks. Now I'm just using these as dairy glasses because they're long and skinny and it's just the perfect size. So what I'm going to do, I have 4 different containers. And we're going to do 1 yellow, 1 green, 1 red, 1 blue. Of course, yellow and green will be Mountain Dew. The red will be Code Red Mountain Dew. And the blue will be Baja Blast. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of food coloring. And in the bottom of this one, I'm just going to put a couple drops of, probably like 4 drops, we'll call it, of yellow food coloring. And then the green, I'll put a couple drops of that in there. Probably just 2 because they're kind of 2 big drops. And then red. And finally blue. And I have corresponding clips to match with the colors. These are going to hold our stick when we put it in there so it doesn't touch the sides or the bottom. So right now, let's push this back a bit. We're going to bring in our solution here. Just going to give it a little mix. And you can see it's a real thick, almost like a syrup. And we're going to put our flavoring in. This flavor is Mountain Dew syrup, of course. So Mountain Dew flavoring, if you want to see how to make this Mountain Dew syrup, you can see it in some of my other videos. I have it in the Mountain Dew popcorn video. I have it in my Mountain Dew pancakes video. And I'm just going to put about a teaspoon worth of this flavoring in here. I'm eyeballing it here. Now I'm going to take this solution, I'm going to pour it into a container that has a pour spout just to make it easier to fill our glasses here. So take this, pour it into this container, and it's heat-proof container so it won't bust. Now, one by one, I can pour it into our glasses. We want to fill it up about 3/4 away. Let's go a little bit half right now. And then make sure we have enough for everything. There you go, it's about 3/4 away full in each of the containers. Now I'm going to use a separate wooden skewer just to mix this up, make sure that food coloring is dispersed evenly throughout. Now we're going to take our prepared wooden skewers that we have the sugar on, make sure it's dry completely, because if not, the sugar will fall off and it just won't work. Now we're going to take this, we're going to stick it in right in the middle, but don't go all the way to the bottom. We don't want it to touch the bottom. And I'm going to clip them right about there. We don't want it to touch the bottom or the sides. Now, once we do that, we want to leave these somewhere where they're not going to be disturbed. It's not going to bounce the water around or anything like that. And it's got to leave there for at least a week, but maybe 2 weeks to be best. Now, it's been a little over 2 weeks. In fact, it's been 2 weeks and 3 days. And this time, which is my second time I'm making this recipe, but this time it worked. It did work out. I know you can't see it at the moment, but in this glass, we have the red one. It crystallized nicely, and I'll show you an up close thing of it in just a moment. We're going to be careful when we take it out though. Now for the tricky part, we're going to take our sticks out of there and we're going to try to leave as much of that crystallized sugar on there as possible, which is the hard candy. We're going to try to do that, and I'm going to start with which should be the easiest one, which is the green one, because it really didn't work out too well. So we're just going to take the clip off, and you can see it kind of crystallized around the top. So just take a knife or something and break that up a little. That way you can pull out your rock candy, which, like I said, the green one didn't work out too well. And I say take that and just stick that on a paper towel so it will drain a little. Of course, the chunks of sugar in there, that is the hard candy, even though it's not on a stick. You can take that, put that on the thing as well, on the paper, let it drain, and you can eat that. In fact, I'm going to take a fork and scoop out as much of that as I can. Next, I'll do the yellow. Same way. And lastly, the red, which turned out the best, so hopefully I can get it out there clean. And look at that, the red really turned out nicely. I wish the rest did. I don't know what happened. Now I'm just going to let these drain just for a little bit before I put them on a nice serving dish and take some good photos. Well, now it's time for the taste test. I'm going to try the, well, green one. It was originally supposed to be, it's more clear than green. I'm going to try it, the piece that broke off, and see how it tastes. Tastes just like the rock candy you get at the store. So if you buy one of those rock candy things, it tastes exactly like that. No difference at all. It doesn't even have that Mountain Dew taste. It's just sugar, really. It's all it tastes is the sugar. But it's a lot of fun doing this. So give it a try. Make your own rock candy and share it with me on any of my social media, FunFoods YT. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this Mountain Dew rock candy. It was a lot of fun making it. It was also fun experimenting with things and trying it different ways. And I'm glad it worked out this time. Even though it's not perfect, it's pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, please hit that like button. Also hit that big red subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to get new videos all the time. Be sure to check out some of the videos I have off to the side. I think you may enjoy those as well. And until then, I'll see you next time.